Good evening, well, good afternoon. The other day, weekend, Saturday I think it was, I did a video that I put up Saturday night, Sunday morning about me going to Fully Charged, which by the time the video was uploaded, I was back at home. Because I didn't upload it at the show, I uploaded it when I got home. So by the time you were watching the video, I was already back. But what I didn't give you is a bit of an insight into the show. And it was mainly companies that deal with solar energy, electric chargers for electric cars, and people with classic electric cars. Yes, classic, or should I say electric classic cars. I'll be putting up on my DeviantArt sometime during this week, which is the same name as my YouTube channel, Zantec. If you just type in DeviantArt Zantec, you'll find me. One of the things that I saw there was a Ferrari 308 GTB. I think it was a GTB. It was certainly a 308. And he had in the back a drive unit from a Tesla. Yeah, that's right. It was a Tesla drive unit in a Ferrari. An electric Ferrari 308. Not a bad piece of kit. Now some would say, oh, sacrilege, you don't want to do that to a Ferrari. Makes me wonder why he did it. Probably because he could. Probably because the engine was so knackered. It had to be done. It was probably cheaper to do the conversion and find a new Ferrari 308 engine, which probably isn't the most common of V8 engines in the world. There were seminars there were talks there. And there's a company there which I can't recall the name of off the top of my head right now. But they were involved in an electric van. And I did raise the subject to electric refrigeration. Now, back in the 1990s, early 2000s, such a trial was carried out by Southampton University and Sainsbury's. We heard of it after about 2001. And then I did a Google search. Such things are coming back. Yes, there is, in America especially, a move by the likes of Thermo King and Carrier. I think they might have been on Utility or Great Dane trailers. I can't quite recall, but I did see it on the ad on Google. They're making a comeback. You see, solar panels are lightweight, and now we got lithium battery technology. That's what makes the Tesla as good as what it is. That's why you get so much energy and so much range out of something as small as a Renault Zoe. Yeah, Zoe, zero emissions vehicle, ZERO. Obviously the E for emissions, ZO for zero, E for Zoe, E for electric, Zoe. That is why the Ioniq gives as good a range as it does. The e-Golf, again, good for 100 miles, I think. Although you might have to find one of Tesla Bjorn's videos to find out the exact figure. Because it's alright manufacturers saying that this car will do X miles. That's the manufacturer's claim. When my car was new, they said it would do 40, 45 miles to the gallon. I'd be lucky if I can get 30 out of the old car. But that's because one, it's an automatic, two, she's getting on a bit. She's on a nearly 182,000 miles. I'm 181,924 miles. By the time I come back from Scotland in 41 days, when I go up to 41 days time, when I go up to Scotland, by the time I get there, I'll be looking at 183,000. Easy. Yeah, because it's about 500 miles to get up there. That's what I mean. Manufacturers' claims are manufacturers' claims. What Bjorn Nyland does, Tesla Bjorn, he will take a car and he will do what you can expect to get on the road, because he drives them on the road, he tests them on the road. Years ago, we were using nickel metal hydride batteries. Big heavy things. Not as heavy as lead acid batteries or graphite. Compared to a lithium battery, it's like putting, if your lithium ion is like a small sports car, like an MR2 in terms of weight, the gel cells were more like a Range Rover. Your nickel metal hydrides were like a Range Rover, whilst your lead acid batteries are like a 40-ton truck. They were seriously heavy. So nickel metal hydrides were a good step forwards. They can be recharged in quickly. You can't do that with a lead acid battery, you have to trickle charge them. That's why they get used on forklifts as well, because it makes a forklift smaller but still give you a decent sized counterweight, because you use the batteries as part of a counterweight when you're picking up the items. The last thing you want is before you pick up the pallet, pull away the entire thing to your nose first. Like if you give it lithium batteries, you would need a lump of pig iron on the back. That's bigger than the forklift. Not very good in the warehouse. So lead acid batteries were an obvious choice because they weigh so much. You don't need a small counterweight, you can keep the forklift truck smaller. And sadly, this is what one of the guys said when I was there, when I was a boy, electric vehicles were generally milk floats, and sadly, even today, you ask somebody to paint a picture of an electric car, of an electric vehicle, the milk float is what comes to mind. Tesla Model X ain't a milk float. It's quite a sprightly performer. Nissan Leaf ain't exactly a milk float. It's quite a good car. It's a step in the right direction. But will I go to fully charged again? Possibly. I wasn't planning on going this year until I received an email of producer Nikki at BFPS Radio. But whilst I was there, I also got to meet Robert Llewellyn, Crichton off Red Dwarf. That's what he's most famous for. And he's got a channel on YouTube called Fully Charged. last night I subscribed to that channel. And if we want to improve our planet, our air quality, our carbon emissions, we need to do something. We need to do something drastic. Although people say we're in a climate emergency, we're not, but we soon will be if we're not careful. We're on the verge of a climate emergency. The term that the government use is scare tactics. But yeah, things are changing. Plastic in the oceans, that needs to stop. Now it's alright having single-use plastics, as long as you dispose of them responsibly. Don't chuck them out your window, because that's how they get blown into rivers. Rivers flow to the sea, they flow out, they flow into currents, and end up being ingested by marine life when they break down. Dispose of it responsibly in the bin. If you need to go shopping, shop locally. Try not to use the big out of town shopping areas. Shop locally. Somewhere where you can easily walk to. Although having said that, I do like to drive around. Amazon next day delivery. Yeah, it's fine. But puts a delivery van on the road. Okay, he's got several parcels to do, but it's another vehicle on the road. But we have to start somewhere, and I think what was on display at Fully Charged was the start. Anyway, I'm nearly home. I'll let you think about that, what I've brought up today. But then, I'll let you make your own mind up. So for now, goodbye.